Hi everyone, welcome back to Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. My name is Stacy. You are here for idea number 9 in my Christmas in July series. And I'd like to apologize for my hands. I had a little accident with my last craft. Anyway, this is an item that I just picked up yesterday from the clearance section at Hobby Lobby for 4th of July. It was 90% off, so this whole bucket cost me $1. Okay, so I'm going to open this up, and inside this tin bucket with a cute little wooden handle on it. Wow, that's really crooked. There are 4 coasters. So I can use this cute little bucket to make a craft out of, but what I'm going to do these out of is the coasters. And they have little cork inserts in them that have, say, Home of the Brave, USA, God Bless America, and America. The first thing I want to do is try to take this cork out. I want to save it if I can. Some of them, they weren't attached, but this one seems to be glued down pretty well. Okay, let's go with this one. This one is not attached well at all. I'm going to work my way around it. It feels like there's some kind of adhesive sticker tape kind of a thing happening here. Yeah, there's just like a piece of adhesive sticker on there. So if we can get these up, we can totally reuse them. I can save this for next year. Whenever I take something out of a package, I almost always save the packaging because you never know when you can reuse it. I've got this giant sticker that I can peel off of here next 4th of July when I'm doing crafts. That's so awesome. And I've got this empty to make my Christmas ornament with. So the hardest part is just going to be getting it started. Kind of go all the way around and see if there's a loose spot. If you don't want to take the time to pull these out and reuse them, you can absolutely just stick the paper we're going to add right on top. They seem to be down pretty good. Alright, 3 out of 4 came out pretty easy. Okay, now we need to cut circles that are just a hair shy of 3 3/4. So you could use one of these to trace, or you could use the smaller edge of your pan, or you can cut them on your Cricut. That would absolutely work as well. Or a die cut if you have a die cut that size. So I'm going to go cut my papers and I'll be right back. So I cut these circles out of buffalo check. You know how I like my buffalo check at Christmas. And they're at 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches fits in here nicely without being so tight that I have to cram it in there, so I can get that down in. And then I cut out some 2-inch or 2.5-inch circles out of red, and then I cut some words. Let's see if I can get that there. I cut some words with black vinyl. I used my brother's scan and cut to do that. If you don't have a way to cut vinyl words, then you can use stickers from the Dollar Tree. You could use Scrabble tiles. You could also just print it out on your printer. Go in, type in your words using the font. The Skinny is what I used. It's a Ray Dunn style font. Okay. Type your words, put lots of space in between them, print it out on red paper, and punch it with a circle punch, and boom, you got it done. Okay, so this needs to be though 2.5 inches to match what I'm doing. If you want more of your background paper showing, then you can do the words a little smaller. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside because I want to do the hangers, and there's going to be a lot of glue happening with the hangers, and I don't want to get those messed up. So we're going to do the hangers first. So what I'm thinking is I want to wrap the outside edge of the tin in rope, and then have the rope up here become the hanger. So if I'm doing this, I'm going to cut my rope pieces. I want them all to be the same we're going to cut it right there. When you cut your rope, cut it at a 45-degree angle. Okay, that way when the ends come together, they come together at a 45 and they fit together nicely. Okay, so this rope ends up being 20 inches. So cut your rope pieces 20 inches long at a 45-degree angle. You'll be happy that you did. Okay, where's the end that's already cut? I'm going to go ahead and cut all 4 pieces because I'm making 4 ornaments. Oh, I want to go this way. I like to just cut right along the twist because it's about 45 degrees. Okay. Wow, that used up almost my whole spool from the Dollar Tree. Now, I'm going to take the 2 ends of my rope using my hot glue, and I'm going to glue the 2 ends together, and that will become the center bottom edge, and then I'll work from there. Okay, because it's all about, right now, it's all about keeping it square. Get my finger protectors out here. Okay. Get those 2 ends together nicely. Touch it as little as possible, because when you touch it, that's when it turns white and starts to show. If you can just let it dry on its own, it'll dry clear and be perfectly fine. Okay. But you got to make sure that you get all of those strands glued down. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to bring my rope up, gluing it around the edge. But I'm going to put a couple of dots of E6000 in here because I want to be able to make sure it's going to stay put. Sometimes hot glue will pop right off of metal, especially if that metal gets cold. So E6000 is silicone based, so it will expand and contract with whatever it's glued to. Hot glue just doesn't. Once it's hard, and that's it. Okay, let's see if there's any coming out of this one. Yes. Okay, so I'm just putting E6000 on both sides, just to make sure that there's something permanent holding that there. I'm not going to E6000 all the way around. I'm going to hot glue all the way around. Okay. And I'm going to keep my hand at, or my finger at the bottom, because I need to keep that being right at the bottom. And I'm going to bring my rope together, and that's where this jute comes in. Okay. Keep that seam at the bottom. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to tie a knot in my jute. This is just the practical knot that's going to do the job, and then I'm going to make it pretty. So give me a second. Okay. Alright, so this is going to cause the loop. So I've got this and it's kind of starting to resemble a pan. I want to make sure that my rope stays side by side so that my hanger is that way. That way when you hang the ornament on the tree, it will face forward. Making sure my seam is at the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to take a nice little length of jute and I'm going to hot glue it just below the knot I tied. And then I'm just going to wrap. I'm going to wrap around that knot. Do it kind of tight. Okay. And then on the back, I'm going to clip off my jute and I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue there. Hold it down with my finger protector and voila. Okay, so that gives me a nice farmhouse looking hanger. The back still looks nice once I get all that junk off of there. Okay, you definitely want to have a silicone mat or some parchment paper down while you're doing this so that you don't get permanently stuck to your work surface. You could just tie the knot here and use the same string that you tied the knot with to wrap around. That would absolutely work. Okay, so now I've got all three with the knot tied and I just need to wrap a little jute around. So I'm going to start with a little hot glue just to hold that end down. Now we're going to put these words inside and they'll need to get glued down. Got my Mod Podge. Little Mod Podge in the pan. Little Mod Podge on the back. This way if you do the ornament or the hangers first, you'll be able to make sure you get your ornament in there facing straight up. I'm going to give that a minute to dry before I put Mod Podge over the top, just so that it kind of holds a little tighter and doesn't try to slide around on me. Okay, my Mod Podge has dried, and I've got this ribbon from Walmart. I thought it was Dollar Tree ribbon, but it's not. And I'm going to tie a bow around where I wrapped over with the jute. I don't like to cut the ribbon till after I tie the bow sometimes because I don't want to waste the ribbon. And I'm really good at not getting my tail in there long enough. Okay. Alright. Adjust it. I like to stack my ribbon tails, fold them in half. Just make sure they're both the same length, and then I cut from the fold down to the raw edge, and that gives me a little fishtail cut. Then I have these little berries. I got them after Christmas last year. I always pick these up after Christmas, during Christmas, whenever I see them, because I use them a lot. I don't know if I got these at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I'm not sure. So I'm just stacking 3 of them together and twisting them around each other. They're in the middle is a wire, so you have that to sculpt with. So then I have the 3 twisted together. I'm just going to fold it in half. Arrange them a little bit, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue underneath the knot of this bow, and just stick that in there. And then you can just kind of arrange them a little bit. Okay, I have these done except for the gluing part, because I was waiting for my hot glue. I was waiting for my glue gun to get hot. Okay, so I have my bow and my little berries. Oh, I guess I got a little glue on that one already. Alright, this tail is a little long. Trim that down. This tail is a little long. Give it a snip. I often end up with one tail longer than the other, and I have to go back and fix. Alright, there you have my 4th of July coaster project turned into Christmas tree ornaments. Let me know what you're thinking about this project in the comments section below. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. That helps my channel to grow. Let me know, what is your favorite color scheme to decorate with for Christmas? Do you like buffalo check, or do you prefer the more glamorous, glitzy silver and gold? I like the casual farmhouse. I think you already know that by now. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking about this in the comment section. This has been Crafting with Whimsy Wonderland. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.